Alrighty, hello internet, wolfmandoom gaming here, and welcome to Project Zomboid. I know I played this on a couple streams in the past, and I've done a few recordings of it, but I thought we would go ahead and try this a little more differently. There we go. Trying to control to work. It wasn't showing up. For those who don't know, Project Zomboid is a isometric open world. I mean, open to a point, but it's open world. Zombie survival game. It's pretty neat. It's both controller and keyboard supported. Obviously, I play with a controller. It's set in Kentucky, of all places. But if you haven't seen it before, I would suggest picking it up. It is a neat game. There is hunger to manage, sleep, depression, all kinds of things to deal with. And obviously the zombies themselves, you can get bit, you can get affected, and you can be infected with the virus, and you can't do anything about it. You're gonna die, and there's just so much. But anyways, we're gonna do a new solo game. To do Survivor. You know what? Yeah, 'cause there's something I might want to see personally. What I want to be. All right, so we're gonna start in it was West Point, I think. The reason being that me and my brother have tried this to either reform. We've been dying the past 2 times, and I want to see. All right. Tank top, white. Yeah, it's fine. Military boots. Alright, so there's a spot I want to go to. I think it'll work out. If not, then we might die right away. This game's very realistic and very hard. It's a fun game, but it's all about this is how you die. That's what it says in the screen. This is how you die. You're playing up to the day that you croaked. And how long you live and how long you survive is all up to you, and how good you are, how well you can manage yourself. Since I know I played this before on past streams, and there's a meat cleaver in there. Not the best weapon, but a weapon nonetheless. Not seeing a can opener, unfortunately. I got canned food, but no way to open it. Kind of a bummer. So, leading up to everything, like eventually the power will go out. Like eventually you'll be left with nothing. So you have to get out and you have to survive as long as you can. Let me take my shirt off. It's freaking middle of summer. Get my cursor out of the way. Put the cursor over here. But, right now, we're just going to try and get out of town as fast as we can. So there's a place I want to go to. My brother were going to before. And I think it'll work out. I really do, but it's kind of out of the way. See, either we will survive or we won't survive. That's this thing in this game. There is no definite. There is no, like, guaranteed you're going to live or die. The whole game is about you dying. For how long you live is kind of irrelevant. But that's the fun of the game. Looking for a watch. Zombie is already dead. I would rather try to pilfer a dead zombie than try to take one down, because that's just not a good idea, because there's a lot of them. Now, there is nothing protecting you. Just understand that there is nothing stopping me from dying right now. If I was to be careless, not think straight, make a wrong move, zombie could very easily latch onto me, bite into me, and either I'm dead or I'm infected. One or the other will happen. Alright, cool. I found a watch at least, so I know what time it is. There's a house well, it's a couple of them we were staying at. It was a nice little gated community. If my brother ever watches this video, he'll know right where I'm going to. The cool thing about the Project Zomboid community, well, I mean, more the makers of the game, they do promote you playing this. So if this game looks neat and you want to try it yourself, please do. They are A-okay with you making videos of it and promoting it. So, if this looks like fun to you, pick it up. It's weird, though. It is a hard game to grasp at first. My first time playing this, it took me a while to learn the little ins and outs. But playing my first game by myself, I learned, and it took a while, but I learned how to handle myself. I think I went too far. You gotta understand, there are zombies pretty much everywhere. Some spots are worse than others. Some spots are better than others. But you are almost never safe. You can reach a point where you're, satisfactory with what you're dealing with, but you're never be in a state where you're like, oh, I'm fine. Because, I think we're in the right spot. Yeah, I found this road here. We might have some company knocking on my door, but I think we'll be fairly okay being up here. So where I'm going to, it's was a rich community. It's a gated off, well, partially gated off community. There's 3 houses. And they have fencing around them. There's a lake across the way. It's a stream out back. So I got fishing. I got water. Um, so eventually the water and power will go out. And yeah, like that's. This game does not mess around. Does not pull any punches. They don't think this looks easy because it's a challenge. Never get me wrong. This is a lot easier than other survival games I played. It's very realistic in terms of like what you put yourself through is what you're getting out of it. So if you push yourself hard, you're gonna be tired. You're gonna be hungry more. You're gonna be want to sleep longer. Like I ran too much. This little thing up here, I had moderate exertion because I was running too far. I ran too much. And this is I'm got a dry mouth. I'm slightly thirsty because it's the middle of summer. I think it's July, and it's probably pushing 80 degrees out. That's why I took my shirt off. It is hot out. I'm not being a weirdo because I'm playing as a girl. Sure, somebody was like, "Oh, he's being a weirdo." I was like, "No, this game is that kind of realistic." All right, ooh, oh, water bottle, sweet. And a baseball bat, hell yeah. Might have been a survivor's car. I was lucky. That was lucky. You have no idea how lucky that was. Car's totaled. The meat cleaver is fine, but not good for taking down multiple zombies. One or two here and there, sure. 15 or 20, no. Even the bat can't take down that many, but at least the bat is a little more capable of actually fighting off a horde. Meat cleaver, you're almost guaranteed you're going to die. Screwdriver. So where I'm going is a pretty nice little area. There is 3 houses. They're all gated off. There's a lake on the one side. There's a little pond on the other side. There's a small fishing shack and a couple zombies. You gotta check behind you. Ah, digital watch, nice. We're on right wrist. I got a digital watch now. So now I have the temperature as well as the date. Before I had just the time, which is nice to have, but digital watch obviously it's a lot better. Now, everything does degrade and break down, so nothing is infinite. So right now I'm using the baseball bat. You'll see it says condition, that's how good it is. And the damage, that's how much damage it does against a zombie. The best weapon is like a pick, sledgehammer, because they do the most damage, but they're heavy, so they're slow. My personal favorite is the crowbar. The crowbar seems to do pretty good damage, last a while, and I've taken down plenty of zombies with a crowbar. The bat's pretty good too. That has a little thing, a higher degeneration to it because it's wood, so it's gonna break a little bit faster. You can repair items, but only so many times. Thought I heard something. Don't drink from puddles. Don't drink from puddles, and don't drink from water. It's not pure. Currently, right now, running water is still available, so that's how you get bottled water. Once the water is done flowing, there still is water available. For fresh water, you need to find a well. If you can't boil water for some reason, you can't collect rainwater, you can't get water from lakes and rivers and boil it. You have to boil it. You cannot drink from standing water. It's just unsanitary. The firefighter pants I'm wearing have a lot higher just give to them. So you see they have a good condition, high insulation, good for wind resistance, good for water resistance. And they're a little bloody from killing the zombies, and they're a little dirty again from just running around like a maniac. Everything is something. Everything has a value to it. Everything is a plus or a minus. Yeah, we're almost there. So in our last our last playthrough, no, it was earlier we were playing, and we were living out here, and he showed me this area. I found it before with my older playthroughs, but I forgot about it. But this area is actually really good because one, it's really far away from civilization, so you're not gonna have many zombies bothering you. And two, there is 3 houses near you, so you can pilfer them and hopefully find, a fair amount of good stuff. Like 3, you're secluded. I mean, it's gated off too. These are iron fences here. There's so many pluses to living here. Am I dehydrated now? Yep. Need some water. This is the house we were currently living in. Okay. To make sure it's... So the lake's out here. I thought I heard something. Hear a zombie clanking around somewhere. A window. Not sure where. Gotta find it before he breaks that. What are you doing there, Sparky? Stop the brain's head. There you are. All right. New first aid kit. Room's a little blood spattered. It's all right. I was going to a room with my weapon drawn. You never know what's gonna be waiting, if anything. It's better to err on the safe side instead of assuming you're all right. Ah, duffel bag, sweet. So now I got a backpack. Now I can move. Some of my heavier stuff to the duffel bag. Hammer and hand torch, electrical wire. Oops, I'm gonna do that. All right, fill my water bottle. There we go. We got water for a bit. All right, so we'll make this place our home. To make sure we're, these zombies are smart, so you gotta be careful. Um, they will follow sounds, they will follow things. They will find you. Where is that coming from? There's nothing. It's also there's a radio nearby, but there's. Oh, it's a TV. You know, find a radio too, the emergency broadcast system, so we can that will alert me about weather. Alert me about what's going on. Start closing these curtains too. Turn that off. All right. Trying to close the blind so I can minimize my presence here. To be sure, you're pretty safe up here for a good while. Remember my brother, we played up here, and we unfortunately ended up dying for various reasons. Still no can opener. Box of nails and duct tape. Duct tape. Woo! Alright, still doing pretty good. Let's the food does degrade over time, so you gotta be careful. You can't just eat what you want to. Certain foods do have a fat content to them, carbohydrates and all that. So if you eat the wrong thing, you can end up either getting fat or losing weight. Now we're gonna check another house. Just make sure we are fairly content around here. Don't need the dead wall, knocking on my window. Houses can have alarms to them. So you gotta keep that in mind when you're breaking into a house. Zombies can't set off the alarms. I already keep saying, I'm just trying to think. There's so much to go over. There's so much. Yeah, I'm just being, just dur about it, but there's so much to go over. This all started because me and my brother, we used to play a lot of 7 Days to Die. And a couple of guns on her. And a pistol. And they kept saying oh man, I wish you can do this. He'd be like, well, you can do that in Project Zomboid. And I'm like, oh man, I wish I can do this. Well, Project Zomboid. And then it turned into that whole thing. 9mm. That is a Magnum and a rifle. Let's see, what does this take? There's 2 of them. Okay, so that's rifle rounds. It's 223. Where to say that? Yeah, okay. And the radio there. Emergency broadcast system. Damn. Still take it. In case I find a radio that does have a, because you can tune in to the station if you find a radio and let's say it's broken, or well, not broken, but the battery's dead in it, you can still get the station. So that's how I'm hoping. Flashlight. Got my pop. You see that little skull in the corner? I'm carrying way too much weight. And it's starting to hurt. Still no can opener. Yeah, you always that error that's out of caution. You never know which room is going to have something in it. You can go through a whole house. There's absolutely not a thing in it. Alright. So now, you know, as my little heart over there is wiggling, I'm carrying way too much weight. I am losing health now because I'm carrying too much on me. Carrying too much also hinders your ability to run fast. Hinders the ability to jump properly. So carrying too much weight is not a good idea. I know where I was going, so it wasn't a big deal. Let's just go drop some of this crap in the cabinet. The best thing to do if you're ever somewhere and you have too much on you is to prioritize, you know, what do you need? What is it? Do you really need it? Not everything's important. Remember that. Not everything is important. There are some things you can do without. Alright, we'll put all this stuff in here. Just because. Got a pistol. No chamber. So it's just a gun. There's no, nothing else to it. So I gotta find a cartridge for it as well as ammo. It's a problem relying on guns during the apocalypse like that. Like, yeah, guns are good because they have a long range to them and they're strong and blah, 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 blah. But when you're out of ammo, what are you going to do? Yeah, most people are like, I'm going to get a gun. Oh, shoot everything. It's like, okay, cool. Good for you there, Sparky. What are you going to do when you run out of ammo? You're screwed. But your best idea is to not go shooting everything in sight. Technically, your best move in a zombie apocalypse is to make a little sound as possible. You do not want to bring attention to yourself. You only use a gun when you have to. You either use a gun when there's no other option, or you use it on yourself. Yeah, that's fine. I never read it. I need to read it again, so. put a curtain on the door. So try to minimize light. By having curtains on the door, yeah, it makes it dark in the house, but also it makes it less likely that zombies will come along and ruin your ding-dang day. The game also just, not recently, but a couple months ago, added a multiplayer phase. So if this game looks like fun, you have friends that like this kind of thing, hey, invite them in. I just started playing this game within the year, and I realized my brother told me a lot about it, but I just didn't quite grasp what he was getting at. And the last iteration I played was pretty good, but we started playing, I still didn't have a clue what I was doing. I had to learn, like, a lot. Dust mask. I'm accessorizing. Can't really say it too well, but... Get over here? No? Yeesh. My kingdom for a can opener. No, I'm not good at this game. I'm okay, but I am not good. So, do the best I can with what I get. Ice pick. Yeah, I've never used an ice pick. I've never used it as a weapon. Now, these red books are good when you're depressed or anything. You read a book. So I'm grabbing all this stuff. Everything like that is good for ooh, an Angler magazine. It's good for aiding you in some way. Oh, leash. Puppy. There currently is no animals in the game. I believe they are working on it. So that'd be pretty neat to have animals. Ooh, playing cards. Scissors. I'm bored. So that icon is I'm getting bored. So I'm not really doing anything. Hammer, electrical wire. I'll take the hammer. Now, those little things in the corner, they're called moodlets. There are a bunch of different moodlets for just all around how you're feeling. Some moodlets are pretty, innocuous, and they're just like, oh, you're hungry, oh, you're tired. And some are like, you're on the verge of death. I'm going to do something about that. So don't ignore your moodlets. You should never know what they're going to tell you. You good over there? Dog. All I heard was thump thump. Beta blockers. Good for stress. So I need relief. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the prettiest girl of all? Damn, I'm tired. So that mood is I'm drowsy. I could do with some sleep. Luckily, I got a nice house. We have actual rooms and actual beds to sleep in, not just crap. Turn it. Let's read a book real quick. Let's get rid of my boredom. Now we'll get something to eat. Then we'll go to sleep. And we'll get up and we'll check the house across the way from us. See what that's all about. Alright, there goes the boredom. There's a lot of things that are just for haha reasons. A lot of things are actually useful. Need to find a can opener. I really do. And it's just one more house I can check tomorrow. If not, we'll have to go back towards town and hope for the best. Yeah, it's raining out. Alright, another thing too is because I've been killing a couple zombies, I'm a little bit bloody. The more bloody you get, the more it's going to affect your moods. Make sure you wash off, make sure your clothes are fairly clean. Me and brother also think, we're not sure, but we believe if you're dirty, if your skin's dirty, and you get scratched, you have a higher percentage of getting infected. Rather than, obviously, when you're clean, you get a scratch, you might bleed, but you might not get infected. We're not 100% sure on that, but we always clean ourselves fairly often. Being on the rain too much also isn't good for you. You can get damp if you get wet for too long, especially in cold weather or just in general. You can get sick. You can get sick, you'll cough, you'll sneeze, you'll make all kinds of noise, and that's not good either. Hopping over banisters and railing, you can trip. By window. Oh, another thing. If a zombie breaks a window or you break a window, I mean, don't climb through it. Make sure you remove the glass or you will gash yourself on it. Later. More canned food. But no can opener. Ugh. Try to go towards town and hope for the best. Hope for the best, accept the worst. That's how you live in Project Zomboid. That TV kind of started out a bucket nice. So you can use the bucket to put outside to catch rainwater. Fairly heavy load, carrying too much. Just all the ammo and stuff in my backpack, why it's holding me down. Alright, turn it off. Again, just as it doesn't drag any zombies in, makes unwanted noise or anything. Paint torch and screwdriver. This little closet in the corner. Whole lot of nothing. Alright, check upstairs. Now, two things. Zombies can be in houses, so always be careful. I said that earlier. Always go to a room with your weapon drawn. Second thing is zombies can be actually standing in rooms. They don't always make noise. So always be at the ready. What can happen, the zombie might be banging on a door. If he is, you will see the door slightly wiggle to indicate that something is striking it. That bulbous shoes, all right. We're about full anyways. Box of jars, box of lids, all right. All right, nothing good. So unfortunately, no, my brain crashed. Can opener. It's kind of a bummer. That's how to catch rainwater. There's one more spot nearby we can check. If not, we'll have to go into town to look for a can opener. Yeah, I think... I can't believe there's no can opener anywhere. I mean, I'm not overly surprised. It's kind of like, really, game? Alright, Angular magazine, books, crosswords, magazine, newspapers, sheet of paper, track for beginners, and a word search. One downside to playing with a controller compared to playing with a mouse and keyboard, controller, you put everything down on a grid. So I can only put things down in square patterns like the floor here. With a computer, with the mouse and keyboard, you can put things anywhere in that space. So I'm kind of limited to what I can do. All right, so there's a house up, a little house, more like a fishing shack, but it might have what we're looking for. It might not. I really don't know. Like I said before, be careful running in the rain when you can slip. Um, you can lose gear if you do slip, so be careful. If you run through trees, you have the potential to get caught on said tree, to scratch and cut yourself. Um, I found out the hard way driving too fast and hitting objects like in real life can cause you to get hurt. I'm damp. So that bullet in the upper hand corner is that I'm either sweaty or I am moist with rain. A lot of trees here. I'm be careful and to cut myself. Anybody home? There. Newspaper. Come on, can open her. Damn. Fishing stuff. Damn. We gotta go in town then. And advanced expert. One of those, and one of those. Fishing rod, fishing tackle. Yeah, let's take it all. They ain't gonna miss it. Alright, let's get back home. I think we'll go ahead and end it here for today. Didn't do a lot, but this game does fly by time-wise. I don't actually know how long we're doing this recording for. I have not a clue. So that I missed by having two monitors. Like the old way I had OBS right on the side. I can just see the other monitor. I can see how long I'm recording for. But at the same time, it kind of like, I don't know, it was more detrimental. I think sometimes it actually made things worse. But, because I can see how long I was recording for. I can have a visual, and sometimes it was like, oh man, I feel like I'm playing for half an hour. It's only been, 10 minutes. Alright. Alright, so that was episode 1 of Project Zomboid. Hope you guys are enjoying this so far. We're going to play this until we either get bored or we die. I see the latter happening because this game is hard. But let's say, the game looks interesting. Please go check it out. I know the makers of the game would highly appreciate that. You will not get any issues with recording or streaming this game. The makers have said so on their site. So, yeah. It's a neat game. There's a lot to it. There's a lot of mods. I haven't looked at it, but I know there's a lot of mods. And they are always working on it, always adding new stuff. Always new tweaks and new bug fixes, and that's pretty cool too. So, All right, I'm gonna get out of here. I want to thank you for watching as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.